Good afternoon. I will share two stories with you. 33 years ago, I got the beating of my life for refusing to do some farm work. Also, I was yelled at that I am the laziest bum ever. Then I ran away and hid in one place for quite a long, cried, and there I made one promise. I promised to myself that I will work so hard and become so successful that one day I will deserve to hear words, "You are okay. You may come home now." I hid this promise in a box, and I put that box very deep in the most deepest corner of my unconscious self. And I forgot about that box. But it was controlling my life for the next 30 years. I was chasing profit, success, and above all, approval. But then something happened 3 years ago. And I want to include you in this experience and share it with you. So I ask you, please trust me and do what I will invite you to do. When I will say the word stop, please stop breathing for as long as it is safe for you. Do not prepare. No deep breath in before, nothing. Just you stop breathing for as long as it is safe for you. And parallelly, I ask you to observe what is happening inside of you. Any thoughts, feelings, or a primary thought or feeling. And please try to take a thought experiment that this is the last time. This was your last breath. So I will tell stop, you stop breathing for as long as it's safe for you, and you observe what's happening inside. Ready? Stop. Thank you. And second part of this experiment. Now I ask you to turn to your neighbor with whom you are sitting together and please share one thought or feeling that you catched during this small experiment. So please turn to each other and take time to share what was the experience. Thank you. You can continue afterwards. What happened with me 3 years ago? I was eating, and a piece of food struck in my throat so that I could not breathe at all, and I was completely suffocating. And there were people around me who started to try to help me, and during this very long minute or so, I already gave up internally because nothing was helping. And when I gave up, I got connected with one very strong feeling. And that feeling was sadness. And there was also a thought, what is this sadness about? It was about leaving most of my relationships in a bad shape, mildly saying, and also for not having done anything meaningful in my life. But then the guy who was hitting my back, I think he decided that it's better to break my backbone than to let me die, and then he hit so severely that it helped. And I got out of this experience alive, as you can see. But it changed something in me very deep. After this experience, I started to gradually let go everything that I was doing. And I felt that I will focus on one thing, which I feel is my heart's path. That is self-discovery and psychology. That is to help myself and other people to uncover and gain freedom from such hidden boxes. And this is what I've been doing for the past 3 years, and this is what has led me to leading Founders Mentoring Program Cocoon today. Second story. Kyle Dine. He's an entrepreneur from Australia. He told me his story and he allowed to share it here today. He's allergic to nuts, and some years ago in a dinner he was served a cake that wasn't supposed to have any nuts in it, but as you can guess, it had nuts, and it resulted in him suffocating on the floor, his family running around looking for the emergency medicine, which they ultimately found outside in a car frozen, and it turned out it was after expiry date. But still, this guy also was lucky and it worked. After his experience, when he recovered, he founded a startup that helps restaurants to protect and save their customers, clients' lives from allergic reactions. Now, if you are an allergic software developer and you are offered a job for a lower salary at Kyle's company and a higher one in some other place, where will you choose to invest and put in your soul? Where will you stay more years? And will you quit at all? My point is simple. To know and to communicate your heart's purpose is the most important differentiator and also a motivator. But do you know what is your heart's purpose? What is your heart's path? I will start with what does not feel like knowing yet. For example, it is when you tell or think that I will scale this company for 4 more years, then I will exit, and then I will do something important. Because if you knew what is this something important, then you would not waste your years. Who knows if you have them? Also, it is not when you speak that I am doing or going to do something good for humanity or Earth or both, too vague. Also, it is not when you share to someone, this is my purpose, and you feel or hear a voice in your head saying, blah, 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 blah. So then, how to know what is your purpose? And is there such a thing at all? Simple answer, seek it and it will find you. And I will share with you 3 techniques that you can use for seeking. First one, let's start again with a thought experiment. I will just tell it. And thought experiments are good not only for physicists. Imagine, put yourself in a mindset that you have 3 years left and yes, then you die. During those 3 years, you can fundraise for any idea that you will come up with, or any pivot or any improvement in your current company that you will come up with. You will succeed with it. Also, after those 3 years, your family will be absolutely provided for all their needs financially. So, with this mindset, what are you going to do for the remaining 3 years? What will you put your focus on? Second, again, put and immerse yourself in such a mindset that you acknowledge to yourself that in your childhood someone did not approve, appreciate, accept, and loved you. Maybe it was one parent, maybe those were both parents, maybe there were no parents. And this lack of the love created a void in your soul. And afterwards, now today in our adult years, we are chasing external means to fill this void. But let yourself immerse in a feeling that you don't need to do this. Feel that you are a whole being. You are awake, free, and whole being who is okay as you are. You do not need anything external to feel better. This is a very good feeling. And now, with this feeling, ask yourself, what are you going to create? And together with whom? And third, I will tell you a myth. This is a Greek myth about Ariadne and Theseus. Theseus was a Greek hero, and he had a mandatory task. He had to go into a maze, a labyrinth, find the monster Minotaur, and kill him. Before going in this maze, he met a girl, and the girl fell in love with him. The girl's name was Ariadne, and she was daughter of a god. Ariadne wanted to help and save Theseus, and what she did, she gave a thread to Theseus, and he used this thread. How? He tied it at the entrance of the maze, then he went in the maze, unfolding the thread. He found the monster, killed it, and then he returned, found his way back out of the maze by following the thread. Today and every day, God's daughter, female, feeling, Ariadne gives us such threads. They come in the various forms. It can be a hunch, a feeling. Someone says you something. An unexpected invitation comes. And here something is coming in the stage now, but please do not open it now. Do it only after the keynote. For example, a friend whom you haven't spoken to many years brings you and invites to a dinner. If you say yes to this invitation, maybe in this dinner someone will tell you something that will unlock something for you, and then one thing will start to lead to the next one. But you can also say, no, I'm too busy serving my box. So the next time life gives you opportunity, what if you say yes? But here's one hook in this. I want to show you it. I filmed this in Uzbekistan a couple months ago specifically for this keynote. I hope this video works. So there are two things in it. First, those birds are in a cage, and second, they are reacting to every whistle that I make. Those birds definitely are not free and not awake. But in order to feel your purpose, to work with feelings, and to follow such threads that life gives, we need to be free and awake. Free from what and awake how? Free from the cage in which we are, and this cage is built from such hidden boxes, old, forgotten promises we've made to ourselves, beliefs that are no longer necessary, thoughts which are not ours, which we've heard since the very childhood and still hear today from media, from the bubble in which we are. And awake how? Awake so that to be able to perceive everything that is happening, and to choose our actions and words instead of reacting like those birds in the video. Today, we are entrepreneurial adults. But honestly, was it long ago when we were just small children? And another moment will pass, and we all will be old men and women. Do not waste your time. Make it meaningful for yourself and for people around you, especially those who rely on you. And I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you for 1 week. Try to be awake and free. Try to monitor every time when you want to react to something and instead choose your action or words. And make a mental notice every time when you succeed at doing this. And after this 1 week, if you are a founder, you can have a free mentoring session with me or other Cocoon mentors. To get it, you can sign up using this link. It will take 30 seconds. Your moment of chance to say yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ansis. Very thoughtful discussion there. Is this, these philosophies, I guess you might say, or ways of thinking, is this something that you use directly inside of your organization? I mean, this sort of speech, these sort of words directly to your people?
What I shared with you is an experience that comes from certain events in life.
Okay.
And experience we can only get, others cannot teach us experience. What we can do as mentors, we can help by guiding, by showing the unknown unknowns, by sharing, I feel this perhaps is your box, you could work with it. And if I see that the other person to whom I shared either becomes sad or angry, then most probably it is true.
Okay. It's not quite where I was going with this, but that's fine. Is this how you talk to your employees? What I'm getting at is this was a lovely talk, right? And inspirational and very deep. But that's not typically what we associate with CEO leadership. Is this an example of your CEO leadership style?
This and also more. I guess I'm that person in our team who has cried the most in presence of our team members.
Okay, all right. So is he like this? Is it all right? Okay, well, you kind of got to say that, but blink twice if it's not all right, okay? Interesting. Any questions for Ansis before we carry on? I think we're all just sitting back going, oh, dude. Should have smoked a blunt before your talk, my friend. Gee. Anyway, thank you, Ansis. I enjoyed that. It was very nice to hear something different today. Thank you. Give him a round of applause. Thank you.